Okay, so let's see how we can similarly fix up the student's CSV file that we're importing using base R function read.csv. So in the previous video, we did import this CSV file using the reader function read underscore CSV. We kind of fixed the missing NAs, and we fixed the column names as well on that import stage, and everything looked nice. So let's do something similar with read.csv, the base R function. So if I just try and do all of this same sort of code, here's the file name, same file name. Here's the NA strings that I want to convert to NA values on the import. I'm going to customize those because we had those coded in weird ways initially. And now I want to enter the new name. So one way that I could do that is I can enter my column names as a vector of character strings. So here I'm creating a new vector that contains each of my column names, and I'm storing those column names to an object that I'm calling new names. That might just help me have to type less inside of the read.csv function. And let's see what happens if I do the skip equals 1, because again, the first row has the headers, and I don't want to treat that as my first observation. So with read.csv, I'm going to say, let's skip the first row and instead use the column names that I entered in this vector over here. And let's see what happens. And I just want to say that you could very well have just entered this over here and it would have worked in the same exact way. But again, in this way, I can enter the new names separately, and that may make it less stuff to type inside of the read.csv file command, and that might make it a little bit less busy to read the arguments in this command. But if you're looking at the output, something different happened. Here we have 6 observations. Now we only have 5 observations. So a difference in the read.csv function is that when you enter the column names argument, and again, it's going to have a dot instead of an underscore. So when I say call.names, I want to override the default with these new names. Read.csv understands that you actually just want to replace that first row. So by default, it will skip that first row. And there we go. So now I've got all 6 observations and the new column names. So with read.csv, we do not want to skip any rows when we're importing and renaming. With read underscore CSV, when we rename the columns, it still is going to keep all of the other rows. And so if you have a row of headers that you want to get rid of, then you need to tell read underscore CSV to skip those row of headers. And here are the column names that I'm going to go. And again, that's not what you want to do. Read.csv works a little bit differently. When you enter your own column names, the default is already to skip one row. So you don't want to skip additional rows. So you can just get rid of the skip argument, run this code cell. This keeps all of the rows in all of the observations in the data frame. It skips the header row and replaces it with the new columns. Okay, thanks everyone.